Good morning, good day, good evening, good afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you're at, whenever you're watching this video. Hey, thanks for joining in. I got another 10 roll bank hunt challenge. We got mostly customer wrapped rolls. We do have a couple bank wrapped rolls here in the dimes, but they are circulated. I got some good enders, and we got some Lincoln cents. Now, I doubt we're going to have as good of a hunt with the Lincoln cents as all those Canadians from the last video, but we've got a great start here to the day. So let's take a look here at our quarters. We're going to start with the quarters. I did not weigh these. I have not prepped these in any level, looked at the edge. So I'm going to start with this one just because it is the odd man out in form of wrapper. We've got a 1998 on that end. So I'm curious on this one. Let's just take a quick look. It's looking clad. We got a good group. Ooh, which one's this? Oh, all right, clad. Yep, that one's beat up. Look at the edge on the hat. That has seen better days. It's at 1982. That is one parking lot tool and die style coin. Wow. But yeah, I'll just go through these real quick. I'm looking for West Points. I'm looking for silver. I'll put some of these up underneath the scope for any errors, lower mintage, proofs. You know the routine on that. I'm just doing this real quick. I'll do this quicker and more detailed. I shouldn't say quicker. I'll do it more detailed off camera. Oh, there's another beat up, chewed up coin. Man, where do they find these? Bicentennial. Those are always nice to see. Well loved coin there. So nothing jumping out at us there. Oh, 2020. Nope, Denver. Let's see here. 17. 24. We've got all of those. No cud cap on that one. All right. I will bring you in here for any finds as I get through the rest of these and look for any kind of errors on those quarters. Well, that's the first time in a long time that has happened to me. No quarters. I didn't have 2009 tens. I didn't have any error coins. Obviously, no silver, of course. No West points. I had no finds whatsoever in those quarters. That's the first in a long time. So we're going to move on to the dimes. And let's see here. Yeah. All right, just looking at the different formats and styles. So let's start off at the end here. We'll do one of the customer wrapped rolls here. If I can get them out, see what's in there. And bunch of glad, nothing of interest in that one. We'll also do one of these. Oops, wrong one. There we go. Machine wrapped. And see if there's anything here. And I will take this offline for all the detailed looking into these. Wow, look at that. I've been seeing this a lot. I haven't seen this in a while. But we got some new ones. Look at this one here. That is one beat up coin. 19. Come on. Hate this camera. I need a new camera. 1999. That one's all chewed up. But look at this one here. Chewed up. Big old dent in the edge there. At least that would make sense. That's a 1960. Come on. Looks like 66. Beat up. Look at this one here. Actually, both those. I have not seen so many chewed up coins in a very long time. Let's just look through the edges here real quick. Nothing sticking out there, so I will go through in detail and bring you in if there are any finds along the way. All right, quarters were uneventful. Dimes were slightly better. At least we did get one foreign dime in there. We've got, no focus, there we go. We've got a 1993 Canadian dime. So that was it. That was the only find. Now we're moving over to our nickels. And we got an odd roll out here. Let's take a look and see what we have on the side. We have a circulated, dirty, cannot read the date on that end. And on this end, come on, 1964. Hopefully that'll say something for the edge, but nope. Nothing of interest is looking from the edges. We'll just do this quick. Like I said, 1960, and that is just Philadelphia. I'll look for some of those older ones. I look for repunched mint marks on there, 1992. We have a 64, that is a Denver, so I'll look at the repunched mint mark. Ooh, there we go. There's our first find of the nickels. That is a 1956 Philadelphia. Ooh, and we got a Canadian, 1984. That is a modern Canadian. Nice to find a foreign. I haven't seen one of those for a while. 62 Denver. All right, so I'm just going to go through these, like I said, a little bit quicker. I'll just set off to the side any that I need to scope. And get on with the rest of the hunt. Ooh, oh, what's that? Oh, that is a 1939, second year. Mint mark? Nope, no mint mark. It's got a little damage right up there, but I'll check that for doubling. That is a nice one to see, 1930s. So we've got a 30 and a 56 so far, and a foreign. So this might be the highlight of the videos here. Good hunt. Let's hope all the nickels are like this. All right, so there it is. Let's take a look at some of those off scope there. And where did I put that 36? There it is. 39, 56, both from Philly, and a foreign. So not bad for the first roll. I'll get going on the rest of the rolls and bring you back in for finds along the way. All right, so the nickels weren't as exciting as I was hoping. We did have that one 1984, 1984 Canadian for the foreign find. We did have one pretty nice looking 1970 San Francisco. And we did only have one modern 2025 Denver. So not too bad for common finds. The best find was this 1939. Got a nice little nick out of the side there. But that is a Philly. There was no doubling on that. And we had a nice oldie 1941 common Philadelphia. The last couple rolls were interesting. I had to roll almost, not all, but close to having all 1962s on there. But it did also give us a 1956 Philadelphia. And then we had 6 1957, and all of those 57s are the Denvers. So they're all common coins. Other than that 39, nothing really to write home about. I'm just going to move these out of the way here because next we are finalizing our hunt here with our Lincoln cents pennies, if you will. And I know I'm just going to check again. I don't recall anything being magnetic. Nope, in these. So hopefully we'll have some good ones here. Where do I want to start? Let's start. These two have the odd wrapper out. So let's just do a quick one with you guys here. Let's see what we're going to get. I, of course, will look at these, separate these. Oh, look what just landed on my thumb, folks. Oh my gosh. How balanced can I get that? I know you can't see it, but that just fell out. Look at that. That's a Wheatie. Oh, this is nice. Now I'm really excited. Still missing. Let's see what kind of date we have here. In 3, 2, 1. And that is a 1944. And that does not look like it's got any of the doubling on it. But what a way to find that as I'm dropping all of these cents. Let's do a quick little look here. So we are going to have a decent hunt. You can look there. That is a decent amount of copper in here. So let's just see. Well, I do separate, as I was saying, all the copper. I'll look at some of the 99s, of course, for wide AMs. We'll do common searches for common varieties as such. But all right, now where are we at here? 79. What's that? 90. All right, let's take a look here. We got a 62. That's a 68. Whoa. Oh, all right. Modern 77. 1483. I will weigh out 83s and 82s just to confirm. Don't tell me I just discontinued. Technical difficulties here. Sorry about that, folks. So let's see here. 1973, 80, 83. All right. I'll speed this up, hopefully. All right, so there we have it. One find, first roll, 1944 wheat cent. I will start going on the rest of them. I'll bring you in for our next find. All right, folks, here we are on roll number 3. We are looking at our second wheat cent. What's going on with? There we go. Lighting. All right, wheat cent number 3, and that year is a 1942 Philly. 1942, that's an oldie and well-loved, reaching its age. Roll number 3. The only other find along the way so far is this Copper Canadian, 1964, common year, Elizabeth II Canadian. So 3 finds, 3 rolls. Bring you back in for the next one. Look at this, folks. Roll number 5, bringing us in another gorgeous coin. I love seeing these. I don't see them enough, of course. But that's not Elizabeth. That is King George VI. So that is a Canadian cent. Let's see what year King George is. And this one is 1945. That's a beautiful Canadian cent right there. Bring you in for the next one. All right, folks, here we are at the end of the cents, Lincoln cents, and some, well, good finds. You know, again, I love wrapping, unwrapping, hunting, customer wrap, because you never know what you're going to find. In this case, we had 3 from 1959. We had 71 from the 60s. That's a lot of 60s I normally don't see. We had 81 from the 1970s, and we had 22 from the 1980s. And again, I do weigh my 1982s and 83s. So if it's copper, it's in this. If it's the zinc clad, it goes back in the wrappings. Plus all these oldies down here that are also copper. This means that this group here was 36.2% of the finds were copper. That is high. I normally range 20 to 25%. So to see 30, 35%, 36% is way higher than normal for 10 rolls. But beautiful finds at that. We did have our bonus of a 1998 dime in there. That's always fun to see. Don't skip this one, come back to it. We had a foreign find here that's Canadian, 1964. That is the young Elizabeth on there. But this, the last hunt, if you saw my last video, I had 3 of these. This one, I had another one. Look at that date, 1945. So 45 means it's pre-52, so that means it is King George the Sixth. Look at that. I just love that. And the toning, the color, the font that they used on that. Oh, it's just such a beautiful coin for a Canadian foreign, especially being in America. They don't mint any pennies in, or Lincoln or cents, Canadian cents anymore. That this is still in circulation in the U.S. This is just wow. It's a great find. I'm really excited about that. Of our other finds, we did have two wheat cents. We have that 1942 and a 1944, both coming from Philadelphia. Both those, there you go, are the wheat cents. So some nice oldies there. That King George the Sixth is, I think, the top find of this hunt. I was just thinking through, the quarters had nothing. Dimes had just the one Canadian. I think my nickels, I'm sort of thumbing through some of these. I think my nickels were pretty common as well. We did have in the nickels, we did have an older, nope, not as old, 1984. I thought that said 54 for a second, but no, that's 1984. So yeah, a couple common Canadians in this batch. So there we go. Write those comments below. Let me know what you think of the finding these King George the Sixth. I'm hoping to get more Lincoln cents, and I'm hoping I'm going to get more and more of these King George. I gotta remember which bank I went to for those. So thanks for joining in, guys. If you haven't already, give me that thumbs up. Click that subscribe button. If you're feeling generous, click that alert button so you know that when I post my other videos, though I post every Wednesday and Friday, I try to. And until the next time, have yourself a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day, and happy hunting.